Hey guys, welcome back. If you guys didn't watch my video yesterday, I clear coated these Playfields and they shrank back and dried pretty rough. So I'm gonna sand them down with some 320 grit and re-clear them. The wood really absorbed the clear, which is good. It's not a bad thing. So hopefully once we sand these down and re-clear them, they lay out really nice and flat. And then after that, I'm going to be working on the control panels for Sinister and Robotron. I want to get the overlays put on, get the joysticks installed, the buttons, and possibly make the wiring harnesses for both of them tonight so that those things are ready to go. So that's my goal. So right now, I'm going to go ahead and get these sanded down so that I can get more clear put on them. Let me give you a close-up look as to how much they shrank in. So you can see it. Look at that. How much that shrink. This one's even worse. But you can see how bad it shrank in. And I'm trying to get these as smooth as I can because I really want to have nice smooth play fields for those hard tops to adhere to. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, this is the Playboy. I ended up sanding it down. I ordered a hard top for that as well. So these are both going to have hard tops put on them. Okay, I've got them all sanded down. I've got them pretty damn flat. Playboy's a little bit better than the Silver Ball, but not bad. So I'm pretty happy where these sanded down. So I'm gonna put probably another 3 coats of clear on, and at that point, they should be good to go. So I'm gonna get these things blown off and prepped, and then come back and we'll start spraying some clear on them. Okay, there's 3 coats of clear on it, 3 good coats of clear. As they look right now, they do not need wet sanded and buffed. They're pretty damn flat. So as long as it stays like that, we should be good. I heated it up to 110 degrees in here. I don't want to go any hotter than that because it's wood and I don't want to warp it. So I figured 110 was a good stopping point temperature wise. So now that'll help this clear coat cure better by being hot like that. So I am going to color on the cabinet for a little bit here. Finish up the white on this side tonight. And then I'm gonna work on those control panels. This is gonna need a second coat. You can see through it in some spots. So it needs 2 coats. But, and then tomorrow I'll probably off camera at some point start taping this off so I can do the teal on this side and on the front, and then get it finished up as quick as possible so I can get it cleared and out of here. So, all right, I'll be back in a little bit. I'll show you what this side looks like finished up, and then we will head in the basement and work on those control panels. All right, this side is done and it looks freaking awesome. I'll probably put a little bit more over that. The side rail covers that, but I'll just put a little bit more. After I got done clearing, I was like working with the markers I had, and the one white marker was wearing out. So I went up to Walmart and I bought a couple more packs of, you got to get them in a 2-pack, the white and black markers, because this brand, you can't buy white individually, at least at Walmart. So when I go up there, I bought 2 packages of them. And I was looking and I found these on the shelf, a 2-pack of these guys. Okay, same brand. I think it's the same brand. No, maybe it's not the same brand, but it works just the same. Come in a 2-pack for $8. Jumbo, black and a white one. And it knocks out these big areas so freaking fast. And it looks, literally, you would not know that was a marker, guys. I got to do a little bit there. That's kind of still wet, but once it dries, I mean, you can't freaking tell. You can never tell that that was touched up with a marker. And look at the size of the tip. So that made my life a heck of a lot easier. So I should have bought, they had 2 packages of them. I might have to go up there tomorrow and buy the other one. I didn't know how they were going to work. So I figured, you know, I'm just going to buy one for now and see what happens. I hate returning stuff. And what usually happens is if I buy something and it sucks, 9 times out of 10, I don't return it. And then I just end up throwing it away. So I didn't want to do that. So I just bought 1 package for now. But how does that look, guys? Does that not look freaking awesome? So by the end of the weekend, I want to have this thing cleared. That's my goal. So tomorrow off camera, I'll probably be taping this off. I really want to keep going on it tonight, but I need to put those control panels together. Plus, if I get tired and I don't have it all taped off, I want to tape it like I did the other side and spray it right away and then tape right back off of it. So this weekend, we'll get it knocked out. I really want to get it finished up so I can, I don't know what that's for. I don't know. I think, you know what? Is that for when the door goes, if the door goes open too far? I don't know what that's for. I've seen that before, I think. Does it have it on the Playboy? It's like a little metal thing. Yeah, it's on the Playboy too. Anybody know what those are? It's like a little metal thing in the cabinet. And I don't know what it is. I really don't. So if anybody can let me know, that'd be kind of cool to know, because I've seen it multiple times. But I'm gonna head in the house now and work on those control panel overlays. I might have to hit a couple spots, might be a little bit light looking, but you gotta let it dry first. And then we're gonna put 3-4 heavy coats of satin clear on this cabinet. This cabinet is gonna last for another 30-40 years. There's no reason why it shouldn't. So, all right, I'm gonna get, oh, you know, my goal is to get the bottom done. I'm not worried about the head. We'll do that afterwards. Somebody scratched in high scores and stuff in the side, and we're going to sand that off because there's some pretty good divots and stuff here. So I'm just going to sand it down, do a little bit of mud work to it. Top is pretty rough, pretty dried out. We'll get that fixed up. But this side art is in really good shape. You could tell this is a little bit tealer than that. That's definitely a little bluer. It's a little off, but you know what? What are you going to do? It's a spray can. I'm not going to sit here and spend hundreds of dollars and get custom match paint when I can get a spray can for $8. But anyways, so what I'll end up having to do is paint the blue on here, and then the white and the black on the artwork area is going to be really easy to fix up. This side's in really good shape. And then this side, it's in worse shape on this side. But yep, that's what we'll do. And I'll just spray the white everywhere else on this. Same thing with the back of this. I'll spray that white, and I'm gonna spray inside white. So I'll probably touch up the artwork first and then cover it up, and then do the white on the cabinet and then peel that off. And then if anything comes with it, I'll just have to touch it up before I clear it. So, all right, I'm gonna head in the house and I'll see you guys in the basement. Let's look at these real quick before I head in the basement. Like I said, I left to Walmart and stuff. I've been a little bit over an hour. It's still 80 degrees in here, but these look really good. Very happy with them. So these are good. Just gonna let them dry for a week, and then we'll put the silver ball one together, or get the overlay put on it. I'm waiting on the Playboy. I just ordered that yesterday, I think it was. You can see how how water damaged the wood was on this playfield, and unfortunately through here you'll see it, you know, a little bit you'll see it where the ball goes, but there's nothing you can do. I mean, I sanded it as best I could, so. All right, I'm heading in the basement. Okay, I have Sinister control panel sitting on the stool here. We're gonna put that overlay on first, and then we'll switch over to the Robotron overlay. I did bring my phone down here to shine it underneath there if I need to see where the buttons go. Just wondering, I don't know if I'm gonna need a knife or not. I think for sure I will for Robotron. That's Robotron. There's Sinister. Sinister I need one for. Maybe. Maybe not. Actually lines up pretty darn good. Lines up pretty good. Yeah, there's a tiny bit of wood showing over there, but everywhere else it feels really good. I mean, there's really not much I can do about it, because if I shove it that way, like these ones are going to be way off then. Not way off, but they're going to be off. I gotta grab a squeegee. Do I have one out here? Probably not. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna grab a knife. All right. I think Game On Graphics made this one. They did a nice job, if that's who did it. You know what? I can't put the joystick in this tonight. We got to paint the top of it red still. Sitting out in the shop. Do that tomorrow. So if you look here, I cut off less than 1/8 of an inch. And this side has a little bit more than 1/8 of an inch showing of the black, but you know what? What are you gonna do? Never gonna be 100%, but it's pretty damn good. And this lines up good and everything. I buy these knives at home, Harbor Freight. They're 69 cents at the register. Tiny bit of an overhang at the top. That's about the overhang. And I've noticed over the years, some people that make the control panel overlays make it with a really thick polycarbonate on top, the textured laminate. And I've noticed those ones are the first to fail. They'll start like lifting and stuff. These thinner ones that are real flexible, these things are awesome. They're easy to apply and they just seem to hold up longer. So that looks pretty nice. Let's at least just put the buttons in it tonight. I wanted to get the wiring harnesses and stuff made, but I totally forgot that I don't have the ball top painted yet for the 49 way. I forget what color the buttons go. They go blue, orange, red. Kind of makes sense. Red, orange, blue. So blue, orange, red. Where did I put all the buttons? I know I bought buttons. Kitty, did you take the buttons? I was looking for this remote earlier. Where did I put the buttons? Did I not buy them? I know I bought them. All right, let me pause this and figure out where I put the buttons at. They were in my box with my pinball parts. And I bought leaf switches too that are new. 2 blues, 2 reds, 2 oranges, and then the other 2 blue are for Robotron. Pale nuts. Where did I put those? I have a lot of them. Probably in the box too. Now these ones, I honestly don't remember where I got these ones from, but they have the E-clips on them. Some of them do not. Some of them have a smashed plastic end, and you cannot take them apart. You can, but they don't really work too well. I wish I remember where I got these from. Maybe Twisted Quarter. They're very nice, and they're very shiny, and they look awesome. I don't think I got them from Arcade Shop, unless Arcade Shop started using E-clip once. I honestly don't remember, but I gotta find some pail nuts real quick. I should have brought the hinges in so I can mount the hinges. That's all right. Still got to paint this carriage bolts for the hinges. I think all weekend I'm not working on cars. I'm going to be working on Sinister, Robotron, and Silver Ball, so I can start getting this stuff done and out of here. Probably when I get up in the morning tomorrow, I'll probably tape off Silver Ball, get the rest of the teal painted, let that dry for a while. While that's drying, I'll be working on Sinister and Robotron. So that looks awesome, guys. That definitely looks awesome so far. So let's switch over to Robotron. If you remember, this was originally a Stargate control panel, and I made it into a Robotron. What is this? Oh, that's for Silver Bowl. This came from Arcade Shop. Dusty. Pre-cut and everything. And usually these are pretty darn good. And yes, they line up really nicely. If you're wondering why I'm not using tape or anything, automotive paint is badass for putting decals on, because if you stick it funny, it still comes right off at first until it starts to really warm up. It makes it a heck of a lot easier to make placement. If you have spray paint, not as good because, to be honest with you, if the spray paint is not adhered well, you can actually pull the spray paint off. And these curves, I just use the palm of my hand. People heat them up. I have in the past. But if I don't have to, I don't worry about it. If you rub your palm back and forth a couple good times, usually the heat from your hand will just make it go right around it. And these overlays from Arcade Shop are extremely nice as well. I don't know who prints them for them, but they do a really nice job on it. And you can see how they all line up. No bubbles, no nothing. No cutting for a perfect fit. I didn't purposely use a sinister or a Stargate control panel. That's what came on that cabinet. That cabinet was originally obviously a Robotron because we stripped it down and you saw the Robotron artwork. Somebody at some point used a control panel from Stargate on it. I don't know why. Obviously the game was converted. What was it when I got it? I don't remember. I'd have to go back and watch the video. Brand new 8-way joysticks from Arcade Shop. We're just going to screw them into the back. I forget on Robotron if it has, originally, if it had threaded inserts or not. But obviously we don't have that here because we don't have the original control panel. But I have these in my Robotron from Arcade Shop, and I actually like them. They're pretty stiff feeling, and honestly I like the way they feel rather than a real worn out one. I bought some real big screws here to hold those into the control panel, just because I don't know if these are the, I don't know, maybe these aren't the ones I bought. I thought these are the ones I bought for this. Yeah, I think so. Because these get a lot of stress, and you want to make sure they're good and sturdy. I think those are the ones I was planning on using. So I'm going to kind of have to just eyeball this. And it doesn't matter which way I put it, this way or this way. Obviously, I don't want to put it this way. So it's either going to go this way or this way. It doesn't matter. It's all in how you wire it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of hold this. I'm going to grab a marker. We'll get this thing centered. Perfectly in the opening, and then I'm going to make sure that it's going square to the panel. I'm just going to take my marker, make a little L so I know where it goes. Now the good thing is when you look through there, you see these 4 metal rivets or dots or whatever that was. That part of the, what are those? I don't know if the rivets or what those are in there, but anyways, you can line all 4 of those up perfectly in the hole, and then you know your joystick's centered. And then you just got to make sure that you're going parallel this way, because that's important, because if it's going like this, crooked, well, obviously it's going to play a little funny. find a nut driver. I don't know if I want these screws or not. They might not be long enough. Let me check. Batteries did. Oh yeah, those are nice and tight. Don't know if I'm gonna be able to get to those back ones real good here. Maybe. Yep, I got to it. A little bit of an angle, but it's okay. I like using bigger screws when I do these because it won't ever slide around and it just seems to bite better and hold on better. You know what? I'm going to have to put the dust washers on top. I didn't want to do that because originally they're not like that, but because I had to do these differently, I don't really have a choice because it's going to look like crap if I don't. So sometimes you got to change things a tiny bit. Not much you can do about it. Originally, it had a metal plate, I believe, and the joystick went up higher. But that's okay. I mean, it'll be all right. To be honest with you, it's probably not a bad thing having them on top. Keeps dirt and shit from getting into the joystick. Spring first. There it is. Couldn't get it to snap all the way. Oh, this is gonna be a pain in the butt. It's easier when it's mounted on the counter, on the cabinet. But don't fear, I got it. You know, these holes are a hair off, and that could be my fault too. I did drill the holes. Beautiful. Let me see if I can find the screws. I can put the leaf switches on. All right, I found the screws. These little tiny guys. I have a bunch of the little machine screws to put them into the plastic housings. I just don't have a lot of these ones. I always put the bigger blade towards the button itself. Beautiful. Perfect. So this one's done for now. I definitely do not mind the dust washers being on top. Does not bother me. These ones, we could see maybe some of where the screws went for those leaf switches. 2 more. No, all the screws were visible, the screw holes. All right. Definitely need some adjustment. Perfect. All right, well, I'm going to end this video tonight. We have these somewhat together. Tomorrow we'll paint the joystick handle. We'll get the JAMA boards installed in the cabinet. I'm not going to mount them on the back door. I still need to cut back doors, but I'm not going to mount them on the back door because why go through the struggle when it's just a tiny little board? We'll just put it right inside on the side of the cabinet. We'll get our power supplies mounted up. We'll start wiring the cabinets and all that kind of stuff. I'll pick out probably 2 monitors out in my garage and use those for the games. And the monitors that came with them with the screen burn, I'll just put those off to the side and use them for something in the future. I'm not sure. So thanks everybody for watching tonight. We're making some progress now. If you have any questions or comments, feel free to ask. Make sure you guys tune in tomorrow night. I'm hoping to get a lot of progress done on this Robotron and Sinister, and also I'm probably going to do Robotron and Sinister at the same time. So basically I'm going to mount the board in both of them at the same time. Same thing at the power supply. I'm just going to keep going back and forth and just kind of duplicate it the whole way through. I think it's just going to be a little bit easier that way, kind of just, you know, back and forth. I got to paint some bolts and stuff for it, which is not a big deal tomorrow. Just going to spray paint them with the Krylon matte black. But and then I'm going to be also working on the paint off camera on the silver ball cabinet. So stay tuned tomorrow, guys. More progress. Thanks for watching.